Welcome back, everybody, to another edition of Saturday Vibes, Week 6. Got John here with me. T Stalls here. How we feeling, John? Are we excited? What's the new with you?
I'm about done with it.
Yeah.
I'm burnt out. Fire everybody. You need a whole new football team. It's over. Like this was one of the games they had to win, and this wasn't even close.
Yeah.
Took another lead early and then didn't score again.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we both kind of going in like if you looked at the first half of Louisville, first half of Kentucky, we were probably feeling the same exact way. I mean, not I mean, you're in the fire Stoops mode. I'm not near that with, Brom. I'm more of a fire Miller Moss. We both had quarterback issues that we already mentioned last week. It was horrible stats wise, looking at Miller Moss from prior to this week, two touchdowns, two interceptions. Calzada, I mean, I don't even know what his stats were. I can just tell they weren't good. They actually came out with a ranking of 1 to 68 of all quarterbacks in the Power Four, and both Calzada and Boley are ranked 68.
Yeah, Cutter Bowley. Um, I don't even know how to put a positive spin on it. I was trying to find something, but
Mhm.
everybody keeps saying he's young, give him time. He
Yeah.
shows nothing of promise. And the clips that everybody goes to, they go to the Texas game last year where Texas was running a soft zone and playing everybody, forcing everybody to go underneath and not letting deep balls go.
Hmm.
That's why it looked like he could layer the ball in. Everybody bid on that and was all in on him.
Hmm.
Like if you go back and watch it, that was the one game everybody always points to. He looks so promising here. It's because they were in soft zones and backing off and letting everybody get underneath.
Yeah.
Like
Kind of
it's
making it
it,
easier for. I mean, that is
yeah.
something you can spin. It is. It's still something because he's what sophomore now.
He's a freshman, but he's not showing any bit of anything.
He's a
Like
redshirt freshman, right? Because I'm assuming
yeah, yeah,
he had
yeah.
that 4 seed. Yeah, okay. I mean, that is something to build on. I mean, I think this is just a downtime. This is not the coach he needs. I don't think Boley could be good. I just don't think you lose, Liam Cohen, who probably would have helped make him a better quarterback. As you probably agree, he would have made him a better quarterback. I think Stoops is more defensive minded, and that defense is poop. I think
The
everybody's ready for him to
well,
be out of there.
the defense isn't bad. Like you have to have an offense that holds the ball for some kind of time for
Yeah.
this,
And make
especially.
them like crap. Yeah, because they're exhausted from being out there.
That's why we look really good against Ole Miss, who is killing everybody right now. Like
Hmm.
it's because we ran the ball and then held the ball and ran the clock down on them. Like you
Yeah.
got to give your defense a chance to breathe. You can't just have them out there the whole time. Like
Yeah.
I don't know, man. They need to let everybody go
Yeah.
because we're past the point of everybody being pissed. We're at the point of empathy where we don't even care
Feel bad. I mean, this time
or empathy.
four
Sorry.
I was saying this time 4 years ago, I mean the video has resurfaced. They're going around doing interviews. Is it time to build a statue? When should we build a statue? And fans are like, yeah, build a statue. There's no question. And now we're at the how much is this buyout? Let's pay it. Let's pay. I mean, somebody made it justifiable. I mean, you keep him, you're still paying him $8 million a year until that contract's up. So you're going to pay that 44 million regardless, whether you do the buyout now or just leave him here. You're going to pay it. I get
Yeah.
if you don't want to do it all in lump sum right now because it will affect everything else. But
Here's the thing about the buyout. There's no excuse for it if we're building new stuff on campus, if they're putting money into renovations, and then they just got the big money from JMI and
mhm,
they got the big contract from Nike. The money's there.
yeah,
It's just if they're wanting to pay it and they have to pay it all within a certain amount of time because they gave him a dumber contract than what they gave Calipari. I don't
I
understand it.
think Mitch Barnhart and Stoops will probably be out here soon. I mean, the only thing he has right now is the Pope.
Oh,
It's Pope.
well, the all the other programs are doing well or had recent
Volleyball.
success, like all of them,
Yeah,
all across the
volleyball's
board.
good. Baseball.
What's going to kill
Baseball
him
makes
is what's going to kill him is the swim team
yeah.
thing, and then this.
Yeah. Yeah. I
So
forgot about the swim team thing.
yeah, I try to forget too.
Yeah.
It's a real fucked up situation.
Very. very. We'll stay away from it. We'll just stick on to recapping last week, going through the game. You kind of already hit on it. Any like key takeaways, like any somewhat positives from it?
Well, I mean, I'll just spin it into a completely different game. I told y'all that Georgia does not do good against Alabama.
Yeah, yeah.
There's just something about that matchup every single time. It's like Kirby Smart turns his brain off. The offensive coordinator, like Mike Bobo, I think that's what his name is.
Mhm.
90% sure that's what his name is because it was a goofy last name. He liked running a lot of screens against Alabama. He does done it the last couple times now, and they don't bite. I don't know why they keep going to it, but
That's the only positive we can get. That's the only I mean, uh,
everything else was just
yeah. You would think Georgia at home would have dogged them, but no. I mean,
it,
Bama can still be Bama to Kirby. Bama still
yeah.
Bama to Kirby. Honestly, I think it's the name on the chest more so than the coach on the other side. I mean, the coach on the other side, obviously Nick Saban's Nick Saban, but I think
I
Kirby.
think DeBoer's a lot better than we give him credit for. You don't sleepwalk into a national championship,
No.
especially at Washington.
Yeah, yeah, and I think the beer is going to get shit talked about him because he's not Nick Saban, and that's
Yep.
always going to be no matter who's there. You can hire Dabo. Well, actually, don't hire Dabo. He's already getting shit. But you can hire anybody in this role that has done great in college football, and they will still kill him with the comparison. You can't do the comparison anymore. Like Nick Saban's on College Game Day, he's chopping it up with Pat McAfee. You cannot compare him anymore to these Alabama coaches because you're just going to ruin it. You're ruining creating fans in the future, fans of the future. So I think Bama fans just, I mean, they take a chill
Just
pill. I
you need
mean,
to chill out. You just had the greatest coach of all time. Like you're
yeah,
not gonna. There's
you've
never
had
gonna be
success.
anybody like that.
You've had
Yep.
success for the last 25 years. Actually, ever since the existence, you've had a success.
There was a dead period between Saban and Bear
Yeah,
Bryant,
yeah.
but yeah, you're right.
I mean, you still had
But
you predominantly you're successful. You need to just chill out, give the beer his learning curve. I mean, he lost to a Florida State team that was two and whatever the year prior. You had Castellanos, who didn't look like he was really going to be as good as he is right now. Yeah, he showed some promise at BC, but
that's
you
Bama's kryptonite, no matter who the coach is. The scrambling quarterback.
yeah. So I think they just got to chill out a little bit. I mean, I don't know. We don't know big time success in football. We know big time success in basketball. We've known our time where, Calipari was at his high, when Rick Pitino was at his high, when Denny Crum was at his high, and then that dip off, and we're like, what the fuck's going on? Like, we
Yeah.
got to all know as a fan base, we got to chill out and let coaches coach, unless they're Kenny Payne. But so let's just go on to the recap
uh,
of Louisville Pittsburgh, which was a very I already mentioned in first half I was ready to fire everybody, kick everybody off the team. Other than the defense could only do what they could do. Again, it's one of those you're on the field nonstop, you're going to be tired, you're bound to
yep.
give up points. But I will say our secondary was finally tested against receivers with a pulse. They actually, and not just any receiver, a transfer receiver. And where did he transfer from? Louisville. Katerius Hicks goes by Blue Hicks. It's I think it always happens. It's something we want to see with the transfer portal. A guy playing against his former team, he's going to go off, and he did go off. Again, we had another slow start offensively, and they hit Carterius Hicks on a big passing play, big touchdown where he bobbled it and was able to get it in the end zone to go up 10-0 on us. You know, I just I don't know what goes on with our slow start. I don't know if it's the defense is doing something we're not expecting. We don't have a right game plan. Um, but that was just the first quarter. Miller Moss was missing some big plays. Big plays. That Pitt defense is legit. Number three for him, Biles, is definitely going to be probably a ACC All Conference guy. Um, he's definitely going to be on Sundays next year. He will be playing Sundays if he doesn't decide to come back and make a little bit more money, which he probably could make a lot of money if he comes back to school next year. But, guys like that definitely need to be in the league. But Hicks went off for 113, yards. If you go to ESPN, his photo is still a photo of him at Louisville. So,
ESPN being slow on stuff? No,
man,
never.
But what was the big main killer was the pick six by Miller Moss to make them go up 17-0. At that
Yeah,
point, I was ready to shut the TV off and just not even think about football for the rest of the weekend. I was kind of done and over with. I don't know what he was looking at. Again, it was number three who picked it off. But something built off that. Momentum was built off that. I think something flipped in our head and triggered a different kind of response. And I think it's because of the ball boy. The ball boy went and fought for that ball. I don't think anybody saw that. Ball boy's
yep.
getting a lot of
That's
hype after that.
that's been everywhere now. That
Everywhere.
was
Kids got interviews with Dave Portnoy. He had
fuck
interviews
that
with
guy.
everyone. But to keep it really short and simple, I mean, yes, you can blame the officials for making that, no call with, pass catch interference, whatever, catch interference on the punt. If you
That
look at
was
it in slow
that was
motion,
bad. That was
look
bad.
at it in slow motion, it does make it look like he didn't really push him that much. But when you're running full speed and he did signal last second, he signaled last second. So that's hard for somebody to try to get out of the way. And then you just push him just enough to run into it. If it was a Louisville player, I'd be like, no, that's a flag. But they didn't call it. We finally score. We get our 7 points. We get another stop.
I
You
had
know,
another one where they gave y'all three. I forgot where that one was. I apologize.
the what?
There was another time where they oh my god, they gave y'all 10 points, but I mean y'all were going to win this game regardless. Momentum
Yeah.
flipped too
Oh, it
too
was the
hard.
so we scored that touchdown and then on a Miller Moss sneak. And I mean honestly, this is somebody described it as a game that we survived. There was no survival because we were fighting back the whole time. I think this is
Yeah.
more of a resilience game. And I think
Mhm.
Pitt was trying to survive and they fumbled it. Literally, they fumbled it away with the punt. They end up letting us get another touchdown to get us 17-17. But they fought back too, and they went up 10 going into halftime. It was 27-17 at halftime. I think when they went up 27-17, I was like, damn, it's over. All right, well, at least we fought back, showed some promise, good job. And in the second half, our defense has said, no, F that. This offense is not good. We're gonna, shut them down. TJ Quinn had two interceptions. Our tight ends had a good half. I think Miller Moss played the best half of his Louisville career that game.
Yep.
I mean, he threw for 339 yards, three touchdowns. He had a beautiful pass, probably the best pass he's had all year to Nate Kariski to give us that game-winning touchdown, 34-27. My big takeaway from this, Miller Moss has it in him. We played against probably one of the best defense we've played all year, and he showed in that second half he can be that guy if you give him the right kind of play situation. I think Jeff Brom is trying to run the same kind of big play offense. You can't do that with Miller Moss because he doesn't know the offense yet. So he hit him with some couple passes that got us, in the middle, hitting Chris Bell on a couple slants. Chris Bell had a hell of a game. Hell of a game.
If they keep everything short, Miller Moss is fine. If they make him try to throw a deep ball, I don't know about it.
Well, that's the thing. He tries to hit the deep ball early, like as soon as possible, and it's like he let him build finally. In the second half, he built short
He's
pass,
good. He's good when
big
he's in
pass
a
build.
rhythm. But
Yeah.
if anybody gets pressure on him and making him make quick decisions, that's
And what else
uh,
doesn't help is fucking Brown's out. I mean, he wasn't out, he was in, but it was unrecognizable. I didn't know who the heck that was wearing number one, but that wasn't Isaac Brown. I mean, I know he can only do so much with whatever he has hurting, but buddy, if you can't be that explosive back that we need and you can't block, do not play.
yep.
Watson went out there and gave it his all. I thought he broke his ankle at one time in the second quarter, I believe, and they had to cart him off or help him off, and he still came back and was our leading rusher. I mean, he still put his heart out there and played. Our run game has to be there, and if it's not, Miller Moss has to have that kind of game, and I'm glad he showed he can. So now when teams say, "Oh, we're just going to blitz and stop the run," Miller Moss showed me with this game plan right here, going against a great defense, he can do it. I feel optimistic about it. We're 4-0. A lot of the fan base, I was pissed off too. I'm still a little but I'm optimistic. I'm optimistic going into this week. We have a huge game against Virginia. I think it's going to be a great game, and I think we win it. So,
Gonna win by double digits. The team's coming off of a really emotional win,
mhm.
and I don't think they could. They can't. The team that's not as talented can't repeat something like that again. But if they
Yeah.
do, that team is going to be dangerous to watch as well. But
Well, I mean, they kind of have that favorable schedule like Louisville did 2 years ago, where your main hump is just getting over like a Miami. You have one big game and then it's really kind of coast to it. That's what Louisville was 2 years ago. We went to Miami, beat Miami, and we got the coast the rest of the year.
yeah,
Obviously we lost to Kentucky, but we got the coast to the ACC championship game where we lost, but we got the coast to it. This is
yeah.
exactly what's going to happen with Georgia Tech, exactly what can happen with Virginia, because Virginia plays nobody after us, and Pittsburgh plays no, or Georgia Tech plays nobody after Georgia, obviously. But Louisville, what we do now, it's all on us. If we beat Virginia, well, when we beat Virginia, we got to take care of business against either Clemson or Miami. We lose one of those, fine. We just got to win one, and we'll be in
Well,
the ACC championship.
like Clemson looks, if you lose to them, your season's done anyway. They are terrible.
I don't know. It's still Clemson. I get what you're saying. It's still Clemson. That's still a well coached team,
They're Florida
and
State from
it's
last
at
year.
it's at Clemson. It's at Clemson. It's always a hard game. Or no. Sorry, it's Clemson's at home. Clemson's home, and it's a night game on a Friday night. I think we can actually win that one, but I think that's going to be the one we do win. It's just going to be a hard game because it's Clemson. They always give us a hard game, so we'll see. I mean, I hope we do win. Like you said, I hope we do win. Um, I know there's not really much point in asking this question, but John, what do you see for the rest of the year with Kentucky? Now that we're at week 6, do you see
Uh, I see
any
me
win?
watching. I see me watching. The so if you have YouTube TV, you can pick the 4 games you want on your screen. I don't think either of them are going to be Kentucky the rest of the year. Uh, I'll just catch the stats and cliff notes and whatever else I can find because I'm not going to sit and watch them play. I'm to the point where I mean there's everybody who there's the fans that will sit through ass whoopings and watch it. That ain't me. I ain't letting it ruin my day. Uh,
Yeah,
I'll put on a different game. Hell, during the South Carolina game, I put on one of the 4 screens. I put on pro wrestling, man. I was at that point.
it was that
I was
bad.
watching it. I was watching AEW while the football games were on. It was that bad. Like there's no point. Like
Might as well. Nah, I ain't gonna say that. Never mind. That'd be mean. Might as well watch WNBA.
I mean, it's more
It's
entertaining than what the hell that was.
yeah,
And
yeah. I agree.
rather people missing layups than wide open receivers. But, pick your poison there.
I definitely want to watch this weekend. Georgia coming off of a loss to Bama where they should have won in Athens, Georgia. I think I think we'll still be talking about it next week, and they're still going to be scoring. Like they'll still be scoring touchdowns. So I think Georgia's probably going to.
It's
I,
20,
I don't
20 and a
know.
half 20 and a half point spread. You might as well just boost that up to about 30. Uh,
I know Kentucky plays them close, at least in
so
recent.
so recently it's close and then it's a blowout, close blowout. So this year is going to be the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, I hope it's not close. I hope it's not close. I hope Georgia does come out and blow for my parlay hopes. But we'll see. So that's who Kentucky has this week is Georgia. Louisville does have Virginia. I already mentioned it. I already kind of reference to what I think about this game. I think this is a very winnable game. Again, motion's running high. Louisville, we're receiving votes. I don't care about rankings, but it
Shouldn't
is
care
also
shouldn't care about rankings till the real one comes out.
yeah,
Honestly,
one that everybody cares about at the end in November, first week in November, second week in November.
yeah.
But Virginia is ranked finally 24th. I think this is like the first time in a while they've been ranked. I didn't get to do my fun fact. Sorry guys, because this is serious now because we need to go out here and we win this game. We have a bye week next week, and then we get this much time off to game plan and get ready, probably for the biggest game. The biggest game of our of the year. Probably biggest game of Jeff Brom's career at Louisville, other than the ACC championship game. I think this is the biggest game because Miami very well could be number 1, number 2 in the nation when we go there in 2 weeks because they play Florida State this week. They beat Florida State. I believe they're on a bye week as well. And then they got us. So this is going to be huge. The game plan needs to be sweet, needs to be simple. we're going to be in a hostile environment. Actually, no, we're not, because honestly, their stadium is never packed when I watch games. Have you ever seen a game there where it's packed?
When they were really good in the early 2000s, it was.
I,
That was
I
it,
haven't
though.
seen that place packed. I mean, maybe they'll change it up because it's a good team in Louisville going there. But um, yeah, I'll talk about that game when we get to it. I don't want to overlook anybody, but Virginia is going to be a good game. Their quarterback Morris is good. He shows that he can make the right decisions. He did have two interceptions last week against Florida State, but Florida State, um, they had probably one of the
They weren't even really bad reads. The first pick was okay. That one I'll give you. That was not a good one. But the second one came off the receiver's hands.
yeah.
You got to make the catch. But it was in traffic. But you got to hit the receiver in the hands. You got to make the catch.
I mean, Miller Moss's three interceptions. One interception that I did get to watch against EKU. He had two against EKU, which is whoa. But if you see the interceptions against EKU, you're kind of like, all right. Both of them hit the receiver's hands. One of them, yes, was very, very high. Um, DB was just in the right spot for the tip and caught the interception. The second one was it should have been a great catch by the receiver, Meeks, but it kind of like bobbled. It was like one of those 1 in 1,000 chances it actually happens like that. And of course, it just had to be an interception. And then, of course, the one this past week against Pittsburgh was a bad pass. I don't know what he was looking at or what he was doing. I think it's one of those, let's do a big play after we haven't had a big pass play. And we threw an interception. But I think if Moss just focuses in on what he did in that second half, and even in the second quarter, he was making good passes, but focus in on what he was doing. Dump passes to Lacey, dump passes to Bell, and let that defense start to creep up even more secondary wise, because they're already going to be seven in the box. So just creep up, let the secondary creep up because Bell's fast, Lacey's quick, Meeks can make some catches, Jakari can make some catches. Or I think we just need to have a game plan where we just get the ball out quick. Our run game has not been great, so I'm hoping our run game can do something because you can't win football games when your running backs aren't doing anything for you. They're not blocking. We're not getting anything out of our run game right now. So I'm hoping we see something better, and then we win this game. We have 2 weeks to get fully healthy. I hope our running backs aren't doing anything during that first week of bye week, and then just get really focused in and dialed in for Miami week. But I think this is a very winnable game for us. We're a 6.5 point favorite. The over under 62.5. Yeah, there's a lot of points scored in both of our games last week. 62.5. I feel like we have good defenses. I don't know if we'll have that many points in it, but I do see Louisville winning and covering that spread.
Do you want to go over the rest of the games this week, or do you want to recap some more from last week?
We can do a quick recap. I'll make it real quick. Just going over the games that we had. We all took Florida State versus Virginia, and like we just mentioned, yeah, yeah,
Great game though.
great game, great game. The fastest storm field field storm I've ever seen. Like as
Somebody
soon
check.
as
Somebody check and see if Squirrel White's okay.
that ball literally went off his hands, and it didn't even hit the ground before fans were already storming the field.
Yep.
That's crazy. Can't really mention more, but other than I was the only one to pick South Carolina, so I got the win there. Overall, I ended up finishing 10-2, best week for me for the year. John, you're at 5-7. Jordan was at 7-5. Um, try to
Yeah.
make a quick recaps. Really,
Both of the nation's longest winning streaks were broken with Georgia losing and Washington losing to Ohio
Ohio
State.
State. Yeah. Yeah, run through it. Run through it. What else you got for us? I mean, I know we got the Notre Dame. Notre Dame came alive against Arkansas. I knew they were going to win, but I didn't know they were going to be, dominant.
Yeah. Ole Miss looked like the better team from start to finish. Trinidad Chambliss is for real. He had 314 yards passing. I mean, he just looked the lead all night. LSU, if I could insert a clip into this podcast, it'd be they are who we thought they were. From what's his name from way back, but
They are
it,
who we thought they were.
yeah, Brian Kelly just I got nothing good to say about the guy, so I'm just gonna skip over that. We can go back to recent podcast what we really think about him.
Yeah.
But Indiana went to Iowa and put the hurting on them. Mendoza looked good again. That Iowa defense is really good. So scoring 20 points on them any way, shape, or form is a good game.
I told you their Iowa defense is good. I mean, I know it's not defensive ode, but I told you they're going to be good, man.
Yep. Uh, Iowa State put the hurting on Arizona.
Mhm.
No surprise there. I think that team's going to be in the playoff for sure.
Yeah, Iowa State, they should be.
Uh,
Nobody else in the Big 12 is really going to contend with them. So,
Mississippi State gave Tennessee all they can handle. Got it to overtime where they ended up losing.
mhm.
Uh, Tennessee is not as good as they're making them out to be. I know I'm biased, but that somebody's going to beat this team that shouldn't.
Yeah, I think you're getting what you get with that quarterback. The quarterback's good. Quarterback plays good out of Tennessee. Is just I think they
They
just
don't play defense.
yeah. I think they just had I don't know good game plans going in offensively. But yeah, like you said, once they play against the Bamas, the Georgias, it's going to quickly dwindle away.
Yep. No surprise, USC lost in the big noon game.
Mhm.
Super early for them playing at Illinois. Uh, this is what you get when you ruin the Pac-12 for everybody. Thanks. This
Yep.
is
Yep.
hope you had a fun trip back home, assholes. But
All right.
no
Well,
surprise there. No surprise there. And what's another game? I'm missing one here.
you
Nope.
Oregon,
That's it. All the games I cared about this last weekend.
Oregon
Oh,
Penn State was a good game. That was a good
oh
game.
yeah, I forgot about that one. That was at the
Yeah.
top of the list.
That was a real good game. Really good game. I watched the end of that going in overtime. I mean, Penn State, Franklin, he always loses those big games, but this one he made a little bit closer. But it's a game between two coaches that haven't won the big game yet. Franklin is
Well,
more.
Oregon did win the Big Ten title last year.
They did. They didn't win the game that mattered when.
Well, they played a rematch
Oh,
against Ohio State, who ended up
yeah.
winning it. So, I mean, I'm making excuses just because I like Danny Lanning.
No, I like Dan Lanning too. That's why I'm not really. He's not. I don't give him that title of loses the big games. Like Franklin is. When you think of coaches that lose the big game, it's Franklin.
Yeah,
So I think Dan Lanning is going to have a lot to prove this year. Yeah, I think they need to go out and they need to really own the Big Ten, and then you
yep,
got to win in the playoffs. You got to win. Got to win.
yep. Dante Moore's going to win the Heisman. Calling that right now, as long as he can stay healthy.
That's your Heisman favorite. All right, cool.
Yep.
All right, so we got into week 6 now. We got some games to go through here. We'll get them going real quick.
Real
WKU
quick,
versus Delaware.
I'm taking Delaware. They got an elite quarterback. He's got the best name in the country, Mini Coochie.
What's this? What is it?
Mini Coochie or Minicucci, however you want to say it. Either way, it sounds hilarious.
All right, I like it, but I'll stick with the home state team, WKU. BYU versus West Virginia. I think it's kind of BYU.
BYU in a blowout.
Yeah. Louisville, Virginia, we already hit on this. We all three have Louisville. Jordan had WKU and BYU, same as me. He has Louisville. Georgia versus Kentucky.
I put
Uh,
Georgia by exactly 1 million.
1 million. Are you sure? I think it could be 1 million and like something else. But let's go Georgia all around. Then we got Vandy, Alabama. This should be a good game. As
I
long
don't
as
think
nobody from Vandy says anything.
I don't think it will be. I think this is going to be an ass kicking, like a biblical style ass kicking. I think
Well, I
the
think this is going to be like what 2012 when Vandy was last good and they said something like they're
talked
next.
too
Yeah.
much shit since they beat them last year, and at the end of the day, this is still like we proved last week. This is still Alabama.
Yep.
They still got
So
the 5-star guys all around. This is going to be an ass kicking.
Jordan has Vandy. He's going with them. I'm going with Bama. I agree. I think this is real deal Bama. I think they're getting back. They're getting their mojo back with that big win against Georgia. I don't think they're going to have that emotional high like other teams will, aka Virginia. I think Bama does come out and take care of business. Texas, Florida. This would have been seen as a great game heading into the year. Now it's kind of dwindled off to all right, Texas, are you going to be Texas or are you going to let Florida stick around? So
This
I
is
think
this
Texas pulled it off.
it's who can get the quarterback going, and Texas has more firepower, so I'm going with them.
All right, we all three have Texas. Mississippi State versus Texas A&M. This game actually ended up being a lot better. If you saw this at the beginning of the year, you're probably like, I don't really know about that. But Texas A&M and Mississippi State looks like it's going to be a good one. Jordan has Texas A&M. John, you?
Yep, Texas A&M as well,
All right.
just because they're at home.
Yeah, well, that makes all the difference. Hate to be a homer, but I'll go A&M and as well. Penn State versus not even Penn State by a
Yeah,
million probably because they're going to be pissed off. Franklin's going to be pissed off that he has to go to California and play
and they're
this
playing a terrible UCLA team.
terrible team. Doesn't even, I don't even know if they have an interim coach or a coach, whatever they got going there.
Yeah,
Michigan versus Wisconsin. Again, I think you saw this game at the beginning of the year. You thought this was going to be good. I really don't think it's going to be. I think Michigan wins pretty convincingly. So does Jordan, apparently.
yeah, yeah. It's going to be an ass kicking too.
I think the Big Ten is really just top heavy and is a whole bunch of poop, and that's what we got this week. Is top heavy playing poop teams.
Don't ask Dave Portnoy that. That's the best conference ever created
Now that's
in the
again
history of
that's
ever.
idiot. He is an idiot. Minnesota versus Ohio State. Ohio State. I mean, I think we're all going to have very similar picks this week. Illinois
Yeah,
versus Purdue. We all, I mean, Illinois. Jesus. We
it's a
might need
bad
to get
week.
some
This is
better.
a really bad
We need
week.
to go through and redo some of these. Clemson versus UNC. Clemson's going to get back right now. UNC's just
They're floundering.
yeah, he's still trying to figure his stuff out. Iowa State versus Cincy. This is actually should be a good game, but we all three are going to have Iowa State. I don't trust
This one
anybody that's
has
led by Scott Satterfield.
this one has the upset chance. I don't think it's going to happen just because of Satterfield, but this one definitely has the chance to be an upset.
Yeah. All right, Iowa State versus Cincy. We all are kind of pretty on the same page there when it comes to that. And then the last game, I think it's a coin flip on whether Notre Dame comes out like they did last week or, Boise State's trying to make some kind of magic happen. But Notre Dame versus Boise State, John, what says you?
Uh, I don't think Boise State's that good this year.
Mhm.
Uh, I don't think from what I saw, the two games I've watched them this year, they're not the same team. Lost a couple of guys. Ashton Jennings was a big part of it, but they did have a couple of pass rushers that got drafted as well. So
Mhm.
I mean, I'd stay away from the spread because you don't know what Notre Dame team's going to show up. But I'm still going to take Notre Dame to win the game.
Yeah. I think for my parlay's sake, this is the only thing I'm confused on whether they're going to cover or not cover because I don't know what Notre Dame you get. It is at Notre Dame. It's a 3:30 o'clock game. Um,
It's,
Boise
20
State.
points is a lot, though.
It
20
is.
points.
It's what the it's what this sheet for my parlay has, and I gotta say whether they're not. I think they don't cover 20.5. In my opinion, I think Boise State is competent somewhat, and I think Notre Dame just was hitting fire last week. They couldn't do no wrong against Arkansas, but I don't think they go out and win by 3 touchdowns. I think Boise
Yeah.
State is able to do something, not to where they'll win, but they'll be able to do something to keep it under 20 points. So we all three have Notre Dame. Really, this whole entire week, I think the only difference we have is the Vandy Bama game. Jordan's
It's
the only
on. It's the
take,
only ranked game too.
yeah, Jordan's the only one to take Vandy. So either me and John's gonna have a really great week, or Jordan's going to get us with the Vandy. So I mean, I'll take my chances because sorry, there's not much change up, but there's not really anybody I would like to change on here. I mean, it's that
All
plain
right.
and simple. But what are you looking forward to most this weekend? We got a little extra time, so what are you looking forward to most this weekend, college games wise? Any games we didn't go over?
Uh, so my tradition every Saturday is to pick a small school
Mhm.
and watch them. I mean, Jordan's already got that game highlighted in our on here. The
Okay, you
Western
know her.
Kentucky, yeah. But for my Saturday game, uh, honestly, let me give me a quick look through here.
Mhm.
Honestly, I've been trying to avoid watching college football altogether. Um,
I think that Baylor Kansas State game will be good. I mean, it's not caliber wise where I'll say it'd be the game I'm
so the game I'm going to be watching is Miami, Ohio versus Northern Illinois. It's at 3:30. Spread's only 4.5.
yeah. Well,
is
you
that
know
game.
what? We need to add that to us. That's the
And then
game
we
we should
got
put on here is Miami versus Florida State.
I got one more for you,
Mhm,
and that's when this one's close to. You got UNLV going to Wyoming.
mhm,
That's a 3.5 spread, and then we got the kind of I guess you could call it a rivalry game since they're both from Alabama.
mhm.
South Alabama versus Troy. Those are 7 o'clock games. But
It
I
is
mean,
something. I like watching that little. I like watching that lower college football level because, man, I mean, we both know we went to Lindsey Wilson. We got to
these are
give those
big.
guys
These are a
love.
whole lot bigger than Lindsey.
Yo, 1,000 times, 1,000 times. But I mean, in the sake, like, there's athletes there. There's some
These are guys you're going to
watch
see playing
NFL
at the next at
at the next
either
level.
next level, or you're going to see them playing for your school next year. So I mean,
Exactly. So you want to go? This we're scouting. We're doing some scouting for our teams next year. Not to say Stoops will actually listen to you or
I
Brom will
mean,
listen to me, but
he might listen to that first game since it's going to be Max school, and that's probably where he'll be coaching next year.
yes, he probably will if he, if Mitch is smart and gets him out of there. Yeah. I'd say obviously I'll take the pick of that team. The game I'm watching most that we don't have on here is the Miami Florida State game because it has more emphasis about us than it does, anywhere else. Because hopefully
Yeah,
Miami
we need to add
number
that
two,
into the list for sure.
yeah, number two, number one. It's got to be that. And let's say, who do you got? I got Miami. I know it's actually, yeah, I got Miami. I know it's at Florida State, but I think something just erupted in Florida State, and I think Miami's gonna make the and explode. Now I think it's gonna be, I don't know. I think Florida State can really go downhill after this.
I think they're due for a rebound for what just they just went through.
Mhm.
Give me Florida State. They're playing at Florida State. We know how loud that place can get. And Miami's not used to playing in front of fans, so give me the Knowles.
All right, I'm gonna add it on here. I'll tell Jordan to add his later. We won't count it against him since it's a last minute ad, but I am taking Miami. John, you're taking FSU. Almost certain, Jordan. I'll speak for him. I'll say he's probably going to take Miami. But all right, thank you guys for tuning in to week 6 of Saturday Vibes. We hope that you are enjoying college football this year. We are definitely trying to enjoy it a little bit better. I'm being more optimistic with my team than I can't really be mad at you, John, because there's not much to really be excited with Kentucky football. But watch your small school ball. Pick one of those teams and follow them for the rest of the year.
Yeah, basketball starts October, late October.
There you go, basketball.
There we go.
I feel like we really are in 2012 right now with
2012.
man, we got basketball. We got basketball. But all right. Appreciate you guys listening in. Again, T Stoss out. Go Cards.
Go Cats, I think. God, we suck.